New York City, courtesy of EarthCam here, the state of New York becoming the first in the country to ban gas stoves in new buildings. Now the question is, will more states follow suit? John Glasgow is live in the newsroom in New York, and he has the latest. John.
Yeah, state lawmakers say that this ban will reduce the reliance on fossil fuels. There are some exceptions under this new measure as well. Hospitals, restaurants, and buildings that are not supported by the electrical grid would be exempt. And the new law does not impact buildings that already have gas stoves. So what do New Yorkers think about all of this? We hit the streets to find out. Listen.
No, I think that's the big fallacy of this whole thing, this whole move to electric. Somewhere there's a carbon plant producing electricity, and so I think the whole thing is misfounded and it's never going to work.
I don't think you can implement a new rule like that, because I guess the only option would be electric. And also, what about all the stove companies that only produce gas stoves?
I have a gas stove in my apartment. I think that the cost of living has gone up here at every possible aspect, and as long as the move is cost effective for New Yorkers, it's probably the right move.
I love cooking, and cooking on an electric stove is not the same as cooking on a gas stove. I'm sure there's some minor health benefits, but give the people a choice.
It's ridiculous. I'm going to keep mine.
So research suggests that gas stoves cause indoor air pollution and could lead to childhood asthma, heart issues, and cancer. If passed, new buildings and homes would have to make the switch to electrical appliances by 2026. Now, some U.S. cities have already passed city codes banning natural gas hookups in new buildings, but this is significant as it applies to the entire state of New York as part of a $229 billion state budget. A final vote is expected later this week. Sean, Emma, if the law officially passes, there are sure to be legal challenges.
Indeed, fascinating story there, John Glasgow. Thank you very much. Again, that news broke yesterday during our broadcast, and we're learning more and, of course, getting reaction. We wanted to keep the conversation going now with our guest today. Rob Ortt is the New York State Senate Republican leader. He's joining us live. Also with us, Claire Chase, the Vice President of Public and Government Affairs for Mack Energy Corp, and Joe Pinion is here in studio, a New York resident himself. So glad to have everyone here. State Senator Ortt, let me start with you. I know you've been pretty outspoken against this. Why do you have that position? And what do you make of Governor Hochul's announcement yesterday?
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I have been outspoken. Our conference has been outspoken. And I think New Yorkers have been outspoken, because if you look at poll after poll on this issue, New Yorkers by wide margins, even across party lines, oppose this because they know it's going to do nothing to advance environmental justice or stop the oceans from rising or the polar ice caps from melting, not allowing my mom or my wife to use a gas stove in their kitchen. New York accounts for 0.04% of global emissions. All this is going to do is make new construction more expensive in New York, where it's already probably more expensive than anywhere in the country. It's going to drive up people's electric and energy costs. It's going to drive down energy reliability here in New York, and it's going to chase more people and businesses out of New York State.
And if you look into the ban further here, for the details, the ban, Claire, prohibits gas stoves in new residential construction projects, and it goes into effect in 2026 for all new buildings shorter than 7 stories. Now, in buildings taller than that, which are a lot here in Manhattan specifically, the ban takes effect in 2029. Claire, is that a realistic timeline, and do you see this going through? All right, Joe, I'll go to you. I think we're having a little tech issue there with Claire. Joe, you're a New York resident, and I'm sure you have thoughts on this and Governor Kathy Hochul's decision here.
Yeah, sure. I think that the problem here is that nothing that these Democrats in New York State or across the country say makes any sense. If you're trying to curb greenhouse emissions, curb carbon emissions, then the low-emitting bridge to that zero-emission future is natural gas. If you do not have natural gas as part of that equation, all you end up with are people using electric stoves where the electricity is produced by dirty coal. I am sure that coal is bad for children with asthma. I'm sure that coal is not bad for the air that people are trying to breathe. So again, you have Kathy Hochul saying that we have a housing inventory problem, which is why she wants to allow illegal basement apartments to become legal and destroy your home value, while simultaneously saying that she wants to make the building of the new homes to solve that problem more expensive. So any way you want to slice this, whether we're talking about the environment, whether we're talking about the housing crisis, all of this, the policies are bankrupt because this is not about the people. This is about power. This is about control over our lives. This is about a left-wing agenda that is completely disjoint from the everyday reality facing people on Main Street.
And even to lighten it up a bit, the joy of cooking, right? Maybe you feel like that's lost in this new effort. Back to you, State Senator Ortt. Are there any plans to challenge this in a legal setting?
Yeah, so as you may know and your viewers may know, a similar ban was instituted in Berkeley, California, and the Ninth Circuit, one of the most liberal federal courts in the country, they actually ruled that the ban was unconstitutional. So even after that ban was struck down by one of the most left-leaning courts, the governor and her Democratic allies in the Senate and the Assembly passed this law, passed this ban. So I suspect this will be challenged. We're looking at options. I have no doubt that folks in the industry are going to look at options to challenge this based on the unconstitutionality and the ruling in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Claire, final thoughts from you. I think we got you back online there on this topic.
Yes, thank you. I just think, when you start allowing government at the kitchen table or at the kitchen stove, when are they going to stop? Right now, they're coming for your natural gas stoves. Next, they're going to come for your cars. And it's a problem. And what I've heard, all of your guests this morning say, which is true, is that it's just driving up costs for consumers. It's hitting the people in the pocketbook in New York. And I mean, as a refugee from a blue state in Texas now, I can appreciate the fact that I live in a state where I'm not having to worry about these things. And man, good luck to you in New York, because you've got a fight ahead of you.
It's so different based on whatever state you live in. Check the laws before you decide to make the moves, perhaps. Rob Ortt, Claire Chase, Joe Pinion, thank you all very much.